This firstborn heir of reality TV's first family seemingly has it all. But is this little lady destined to become the world's most self-absorbed person? Or will she cower in Kimye's selfie stick shadow? Here's why we're worried about North West's future. When North West was born in 2013, her parents initially avoided exposing her to the Kardashian media circus. Sources close to the family alleged that Kim wasn't going to allow her daughter to appear on their hit show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but that didn't happen. North made her Keeping Up debut in 2015. Kim told Insider, "It was really prohibiting me from spending time with my friends and having my daughter grow up with my friends' kids, so I'm a lot less protective than I was."
What? No what?
No pictures.
Since then, Kim's position on North's privacy has slackened even further, especially when it comes to social media. When Kim posted a since-deleted bath time pic of North and her little brother Saint in 2018, she caught some major heat. A follower commented via InStyle, "Bath time shouldn't be on show on social media." According to experts, these kinds of images can easily end up in the wrong hands. Stacey Steinberg, a law professor at the University of Florida, told The Atlantic, "It's very rare that parents are sharing maliciously, but they haven't considered the potential reach or longevity of what is happening with the information they're posting."
Once you're a public figure, you're always a public figure.
To be fair, millions of parents around the world love showing off their offspring, so Kim and Kanye aren't alone on this one. Social media is swamped with compromising photos of kids drooling, crying, and even potty training, and babies obviously don't get a vote. But considering her celeb status, North's photos essentially belong to every interested person on the planet. Kim's Instagram alone boasts over 149 million followers as of October 2019, and she used her platform in 2016 to share a video of her daughter appearing to talk a little smack.
"I don't think you know who I is. My name is North West, and I'm about to run this for the rest of my life."
By the time North is old enough to make her own decisions, will she still have a choice? Everyone knows that little kids put just about anything in their mouths, turning everyday objects into potential choking hazards. But it seems as though Kim and Kanye might have skipped Parenting 101 in regards to small objects. Back in 2014, Kim let North hold her engagement ring for an Instagram photo, and the reality star was criticized as a result. Celebrity Dirty Laundry pondered, "I can't help but wonder if it even occurred to her that her rock could end up in Nori's mouth. I mean, we know this kid is all but raised by the nannies, so simple things like choking hazards aren't exactly going to pop into Kimmy's head, right?" But in Kim's defense, that rock is so big that North would have probably struggled to get it inside her mouth, never mind lodged in her throat. But it's a little harder to defend the reality star over the next incident. In 2015, Kim tweeted a picture of herself and North with the caption, "Reading books before bedtime." But her followers were shocked to see that the child appeared to be sleeping in a pearl necklace. Midwifery expert Allison Edwards from Birmingham City University concurred, telling Radar Online, "In my opinion, it probably wasn't the most sensible thing to do because that baby could have swallowed one of the beads or gotten herself entwined in the thread and choked." When Kim was accused of waxing baby North's eyebrows in 2013, she quickly shot the rumors down, tweeting, "It's pretty sick for people to insinuate that I would wax my daughter's eyebrows. They are thick, natural, and amazing." Accusations of Photoshop usage followed, but there wasn't any proof to back up those claims, and the rumors eventually lost steam. But fast forward to 2018, and the internet came after Kimye once again when pictures of North rocking straightened hair surfaced. Kim admitted via Twitter that she allows North to have her hair straightened twice a year as a treat, which most people deemed totally acceptable. Cafe Mom wrote in Kim's defense, "The Kardashians know about every beauty secret known to man, so we wouldn't think for a second that she'd allow her daughter to do something to her hair that would permanently damage it." The thing is that twice-a-year claim wasn't strictly true. According to Metro, North actually had her hair straightened several more times before the year was out. The tabloid claimed North's hair was straight for most of that December, and had the photos to prove it. Many of us are willing to accept the widely known fact that straightening our hair is damaging, but North is far too young to understand the true price of style. The Kardashians don't have the best track record when it comes to family pets, but that didn't stop Kimye from getting North her very own Pomeranian in 2017. The adorably named Sushi went to North, while the tiny dog's sister Honey found a home with North's cousin Penelope Disick. The trouble was, Honey was super well behaved while Sushi was not.
Are we going to have a problem?
The Pomeranian's incessant barking quickly began to grate on Kim, and instead of attempting to train Sushi, she tried to pull a switcheroo. Her sister Courtney noticed the dogs had been swapped almost immediately and quickly retrieved Honey. Frustrated, Kim said,
I mean, whatever, I guess she can have her dog back, and I will just have to deal with Sushi's barking forever, I guess.
With Sushi back at Camp Kimye, things went from bad to worse. Before long, Kim begged for help from the dog whisperer himself, Cesar Millan. It didn't take long for the canine expert to come up with a list of things that Kim needed to fix. According to ET, Cesar informed the superstar that Sushi's bad behavior stemmed from a lack of structure and boundaries. This, combined with the fact that they were letting her have free reign of the house and rewarding her when she should have been disciplined, was why Sushi was acting out.
What you're gonna see by her having more rules and boundaries, she's gonna calm down.
Let's hope these puppy parents take a slightly more involved approach when it comes to raising a human. There's confidence, and then there's delusions of grandeur, and Kimye often falls into the latter category. As we all know, Kanye has a long history of self-serving rants, like the time he declared, according to NME, quote, I am Picasso, I'm Walt Disney, I'm Steve Jobs.
Oh, that don't stop me, that's an invisible wall.
But we're hoping that this attitude doesn't rub off on his oldest daughter too much. Growing up in the spotlight is going to be hard enough, and being self-entitled certainly won't help North navigate the many pitfalls of fame. But it seems as though North is already getting a taste for attention despite her young age. In 2017, she got a little excited and blew out the candles on her friend's cake before the birthday girl even got the chance, prompting one unimpressed social media user to comment via Hollywood Life, when your parents make you think the world revolves around you. Then in 2019, she outshone the biggest ego of them all, her dad's. North made a big impression at Kanye's Sunday service when she dragged one of the microphones to the front of the stage so everyone could see her sing, much to the amusement of her mother. While it's all hilarious and super cute right now, at some point upstaging becomes much less charming. Kim and Kanye have always been fashion-forward, but some of their sartorial choices for North are pretty dated, according to critics. Kimye came under fire when North was seen wearing what appeared to be a waist-training corset, though Kim later clarified that it wasn't an actual corset, it was just designed to look like one. While that might have been cute for a photo, what wasn't okay, according to PETA, was North wearing fur. In 2015, the toddler attended her dad's fashion show wearing what appeared to be a fur coat. PETA's Senior Vice President Lisa Lang told Page 6, kids are naturally drawn to animals and sympathetic to their plight, and there's no reason to think that North is any different. If the fur coat that she's been dressed in is real, animals have suffered for vanity, something that we're sure neither North nor any little girl her age would support.
I think it's really hard to live in a world where there's so many people judging you.
But it wasn't just PETA who spoke out against the controversial garb either. TV personality Sharon Osbourne told Closer magazine, "Fur makes me physically sick, and wearing it is a very dated way of showing everyone how rich you are." North has been known to raid her mom's wardrobe for the luxe outerwear, but hopefully the next time she does it, it'll be faux fur. Kim reportedly stopped buying the real stuff in 2018 after Pamela Anderson told her enough is enough. The alleged fur coat that North wore to her dad's show is apparently worth more than the average person's entire wardrobe. Page 6 reported, Jody Wolf and Mark Kaufman of Kaufman Furs identified the Tot's coat as being made from crystal fox fur and estimated it to cost around $3,500 if real. The coat was a gift, according to Kim's publicist, but that doesn't mean she and Kanye haven't dipped into their own pockets to deck North out in designer threads. Her wardrobe was said to be worth over $1 million before she was even 2.
Oh my gosh.
Should I get one for North? So it's like me and her. Gosh, we'll have our matching bags.
An insider told Star magazine, they are addicted to spoiling her. She's got tons of Givenchy, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and even has a fur coat designed especially for her by Karl Lagerfeld that costs $20,000. At least she'll get some good use out of these top-quality garments, right? Well, not according to one Hollywood Life insider who said, Nori rarely, if ever, wears the same thing twice. Kim pays top dollar for her baby's wardrobe, and most of Nori's outfits are custom-made with only the best fabrics? Is North in danger of growing up without ever really appreciating the true value of money? If so, that's not exactly fair to her or the people desperately trying to keep up with Kim Kardashian. Allison Edwards told Radar Online, "Kim is such a key figure in the celebrity world that people will try to emulate what she does."
My name is Kim Kardashian.
No.
Mommy has so many talents I can't even begin to name them.
We are familiar with the controversial philosophy of attachment parenting, but Kimye appears to be taking the opposite approach with North, regularly spending time away from her instead. In 2014, the famous couple caught public flack after it transpired that North flew parentless from New York to Los Angeles. The child was accompanied by nannies, assistants, and security guards, but that didn't stop the torrent of abuse on social media, where the Kimye baby was swiftly dubbed, quote, Nori and Norphin via Radar Online. But this wasn't the first time Kim was accused of dumping North on the help. The previous year, she went on a Twitter rant when one user criticized her and Kanye for traveling to Miami without North. Kim tweeted, "Parents are allowed to work and support each other, maybe even have fun too."
My sisters and I are on a group chat, always getting parenting advice.
But they don't get advice from me. Can I get on that chat, please?
But now that there are even more kids in the mix, does Kimye get any quality time with North? Turns out it's pretty difficult, especially with Kanye for a husband. Kim told On Air with Ryan Seacrest, "My husband needs a lot of attention. Each kid needs a lot of attention. I work a lot, and I want to be able to give everyone just the same amount of attention." Kim deserves kudos for being honest about it, but it still doesn't bode well for North. At least her super nannies will always be there for her. Numerous people have accused Kimye of treating North like a living, breathing fashion accessory. Eyebrows were raised when North sat front row for a Givenchy show when she was just 1 year old. Naturally, she bawled her eyes out, and can you really blame her? Yahoo quipped, "Something makes us think that a toddler would rather be hanging out at a playground than in the front row of the Givenchy show at Paris Fashion Week." Allison Edwards questioned Kim's motive when it came to dressing North like some kind of mini-me. She told Radar Online that you need to have a, quote, genuine reason for having a child, adding, "They are more than just an accessory because a baby is a lifetime commitment. A baby is going to require your help and support for the rest of her life." Of course, it's clear that Kim and Kanye love little North with all their hearts, and dressing her up is part of how they express that. The question is, does North enjoy the grown-up looks when her hero, JoJo Siwa, preaches the opposite?
Is it everything you imagined?
Yes.
It's so rainbow, isn't it?
We can perhaps all agree with one disgruntled social media user who said after the corset incident, "Poor girl, why don't they let her be a kid?" Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Nicki Swift videos about your favorite celebs are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.